Finally, the truth has come out about the military coup of 1966. It was a Yoruba coup, not an Igbo coup, coming from the book of IBB himself. Many Yorubas are disagreeing that they still rely on what BBC said during this. The Igbos are celebrating. The North are still siding with Yorubas that they will not agree that coup is an Igbo coup. If you are watching, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications. Drop your comments on this video and then like and share with others. What do you have to say about the book of IBB, which has revealed that the coup was not an Igbo coup? Instead, it was meant to bring in Awolowo as the president of Nigeria.
I don't think it's far from the truth. These are some of the truth we have been holding over the years. And if you look at what, I don't think what IBB was trying to say is different from what the late Ikemba of Nnewi, the Odnego Ojukwu himself, said about what actually transpired in 1967. And before that 1967, we knew that the first killing of the Igbo people started in 1953. That was recorded, and what led to the killing of Igbos in the north in 1953 when Nigeria had not become independent. So these are the questions we needed to answer. But for an evil genius, self-acclaimed evil genius, a Maradona, a respected, I don't think you can see the kind of gathering of who is who in Nigeria that stormed that Abuja event recently, where he launched his book, Journey to Service, Journey in Service, that's what you call it. But the thing is that go on, Yakubu, go on. Acted based on external interest, not based on national interest. If it was to be on national interest, Yakubu Gowon would have known for real that he is not even qualified in the first place to be the head of state. Yes, and he would have allowed the process of the military hierarchy to take place and let the military Supreme Council, hold a meeting and decide who is going to be the next head of state. But I can tell you that IBB's revelation is going to have a deep clash between the Yoruba and the Hausa, and of course the Igbo at this moment, because a certain seed, a certain coloration, a certain message, a certain factor has already been placed in the consciousness of people. Even when the Igbo was coming out to say, yes, we are not the only one, it was a pure military affair, they rejected it. The Nigerian media, I assume it was now, imagine what would have happened. I don't think that Yakubu would have got that courage to even go to war, even if he was being influenced by the British system to take over power. We know fully well that it was a good debate that's supposed to do that, And look at the revelation very clearly. Everything is pointing to the same thing Ojukwu was saying, that you would have stopped the killing even after you have emerged at the head of state, but you never stopped the killing. Instead, you connived with the media, you connived with the external forces, you connived with the Yorubas, and initiated a war. Even at that, General Ankara of Aburi, Ghana, invited them. The killing continued or stopped to an extent that it attracted the man there and the then head of state in Ghana, and they were all invited to Aburi. The essence of that Aburi meeting is for the record, because we cannot to say it, because this led to over 7 million lives of Igbo lives. Igbos were killed as a result of the concept, the tag of Igbo coup. And in the recess of it, was it actually an Igbo coup? Would IBB be telling another false story at this point, considering the fact that he was an insider and he also somehow somewhere was head of state and contributed and carried out a coup d'etat against a government that of Buhari as at that time? You can see that the whole coalition was just a Fulani thing, agenda to conquer Nigeria and create an influence that Nigeria is battling to solve today. But the resistance is that the restoration of the injustice is what Biafra has come to stand for.
But there's this question, it always comes that why are the Yoruba seems to always back the Fulanis are against their southern borders, the Igbos? Why do you think it always happen like that?
Yes, let me tell you, it is because of the falsehood, the message, the concept, the understanding that has been created as at that time, that multiply to what it is today. The elders of the land, apart from people who are very close to reality, that will tell you exactly this is actually what happened. But you see that at a point where that the signage is supposed to come in, even when Awolowo lost Southwest, when even it come to reality of capitalizing on what he believed in, he knew at the time, he jettisoned it. When Gowon invited him after releasing him from prison, I invited him and gave him a national award. He accepted. He would have rejected it. He would have protested, knowing fully well that Uzogu and the rest of them were fighting to make him president. But he accepted, and wrote him back, and he turned against the Igbo people and began to promulgate, laws that will squeeze and starve the Igbo people to death. But the question is that, have Nigeria now worked? Is it the Nigeria they can be proud of? Nigeria can never work, and Nigeria can never be one.
Nigeria can never work,
and Nigeria can never be one.
Why do you say so?
I'm telling you, see, justice delayed at this point has become a justice denied. You can't continue to deny Igbo or falsehood. They are denying Igbos based on falsehood. Like a lot of people were reviewing from America and all over the world and asking now the truth has come in. What would the Yoruba nation, in all truth, accept responsibility of the damage that was done ignorantly? And why is it that at this point in time, Gowon has not been able to publish the Aburi agreement? At least let Nigerians know actually what transpired in Aburi. The copies are there. It's not the only one that signed. Let federal government, under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, make it mandatory so that if we are going to reconcile as a people, we reconcile. But the more we continue to cover this thing up, the way they are covering it up, then I can tell you, Nigeria will not be one, and Nigeria can never remain one. And nothing. Over 6 million women were butchered in the north. Some pregnant women wept over fake news of Igbo coup. We lost the first military head of state on that regard. How is Gowon? Gowon is not even qualified to be head of state at that time. You can see what was created, and everything that was created at that point that was to make sure that the Igbo people, the Igbo nation, the Igbo kingdom, the Biafrans actually go down. But God will have a way of doing his own thing. Will you say that the Biafrans are down now? After 64 years of existence as a nation, will you say that the Igbos are actually down? These are questions they need to answer. Then fear such people, because you don't know the brain, the strength, the divinity that is behind them. That's made them, after picking nylon for 5, 10, 15 years, today they are being studied as one of the tribe and race in the world that can be able to produce 5-10 billionaires in less than 15 years. They are the only people that can do that. It is struggle. That is what it is. Imagine if these people were able to be independent and continue to push for their ingenuity. And moreover, scientifically, the Biafran war was a necessity of revelation for those who fought that war. The Igbo man, without the white man's input, was able to build the largest and the biggest armory weapon to defend Biafra. Now we are having our sovereignty. Now it has become very clear that the restoration of the Jewish Black Kingdom is very close. Imagine what will happen with the support we are going to get from the international community and all those lovers of freedom, excluding Fulanis, who are bent on killing. What has Gowon achieved now at the end of the day? What Gowon in his atrocities, in his shame, knowing fully well that Aburi agreement would have stopped the killing, would have arrested the issue of division, would have arrested the issue of injustice, would have arrested the issue of you rejected it, and on that process you enacted an order and start creating states and use police action against the Biafrans, and that was what led to the war. So Ojukwu was right, and that issue of reconciliation, there's no reconciliation yet.
Okay, there's a breaking news now. Donald Trump has ordered the first military airstrikes on Somalia as Shabab. There is tension in the north that this same thing might happen. Donald Trump is on fire. What do you have to say?
No, anybody that wants to underrate the Igbo people now is doing that at his own detriment. Time has gone. Igbos have spread all over the world. In 88 countries of the world. 88 countries of the world. Go and check the record. The record is there. And not only, if we don't go to nations and become dormant and adamant, we'll go there, we'll make impact, we'll contribute, we'll struggle, we'll get recognized. Go and look at the number of people that the Red Cross was able to move from the Igbo land during the Nigeria-Biafra war. Most of them are billionaires scattered all over the world. Most of them are US Army, Israeli Army, Australia, Germany. Red Cross alone, they still go there, they will still write it. That we are Biafran, we are Igbos. In case I die here, they still pass the message to their children. And some of those children now have become something else. The person that developed .com is an Igbo man. The person that were able to calculate 1 billion messages at a go in 1 second is an Igbo man. The people who are transforming science and technology all over the world, go and look at their history. I believe so. They are all Biafran. They are all Igbos. What America will do is doing in Somalia, what is going to happen to Nigeria will be a child's play.
But are you of the opinion that some people say that Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed under Donald Trump to protect the Igbos against the onslaught of these mercenaries and terrorists in Nigeria? Do you think that they can make it happen to secure the Igbo land against influx of bandits and terrorists in Nigeria?
Because the IPOB is not a terrorist organization. Igbos are not terrorists. Biafrans are not terrorists. We are not challenging anybody. We are not in contest with anything, be it religion, be it whatever. We are not in contest with anybody. What we want is existence of humanity. As simple as that. Anybody that align with that reality, we must align with it. Biafrans will align with it. The government of Biafra will align with it. The kingdom of Biafra will align with it. The foundation of Biafra will align with it. Israel stood for humanity. America stood for humanity. Biafra stands for humanity. Anything that will go against these rules, be it local or international law, will be resisted. And that is why it looks like the British, the American government under Donald Trump is signaling, given the development we saw a few days ago, where Okechukwu Okere stormed the Oval Office and had the audience of the Speaker of the United States of America, Mike Johnson, and other Republicans. They all sat together, and deliberated. Everything is pointing towards that direction. Most of the people he's appointing, look at the FBI guy, is pro-Israel. Most of the appointments he's doing now are pro-Israel. And you can see the synergy. There was a time Benjamin himself mentioned the issue of Biafra, and so the issue of Biafra is not something hidden. Benjamin has said it on several occasions, on several fora, that the ill-treatment meted on these people. Well, I can give you the personal assistant to Benjamin Netanyahu, what he's talking about Biafra in Israel today, to tell you that it is no longer funny. The world knows Biafra and understand what Biafra really means to the contribution of Africa and development of the world.
But then, why did you think some leaders are now afraid of Biafra? Why did you think that you are from the north? Not concerned with Biafra, but why are they afraid of the Biafra movement, IPOB, and the leadership of the Biafra movement?
The world knows that IPOB is not a terrorist organization. Whatever that interest is Gowon should be able to answer that. Unless the Gowon is pretending to be saying the truth. He knows, why they plan. Even when we have a southern president under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we still see that he is also aligning with the north to destroy the Igbo land. Why? He refused to the Southeast was excluded from the national budget. Under Tinubu, has an Igbo man killed the Yoruba man the way our Northerners killed the Yorubas? But you can see how the Southeast was excluded at the budget. All these things is what we are talking about. That the synergy, the gang up, will get to a point that it cannot, it will have a red line, and I can tell you that Nigeria will happen to them. Let them, Nigeria themselves, Nigeria will happen to Nigerians. Then they will set Biafra free. That they will know when they will recognize the importance of Biafra. The world will allow them to do that. The world will allow them to make that mistake. The world will allow them to push themselves to irrelevance. The world is not becoming, a head of defense staff was shut down at the airport. His visa confiscated, banned from entering any civilized nation around the world. And they think that the Biafran influence is not holding up. It's holding up. One day, the gang up, as if it's not crude oil. Japan has no crude oil. Some countries around the world have no crude oil. They survive, they grow, they developed. Igbos are not interested in crude oil, but the Northerners are interested in the crude oil. They are the first for suppression, oppression of the Igbo, is so that they can be digging their pipe inside and be taking crude oil. And so be it. But time will come when these things will be looked into by the powers that be and grant us sovereignty. We will not the strongest black nation in the world, whatever it will take us. We will not it to become relevant to defend humanity and defend Christianity. That's the essence of Biafra, and that is the destiny of Biafra. To defend humanity and defend the existence of God. Anything contrary to that, they will question it. Definitely. Nigeria will happen to them. All of them who are enemies of Nnamdi Kanu, all of them who are enemies of Igbo. Nigeria, this Nigeria will be there, where they can say that them dead, will happen to them all. In Jesus' name, Nigeria will happen to every enemy of Nigeria, so that they will know what it means. And that's my take on that.